losing wildlife at a rate which we have never seen before. According to the World Wildlife Fund, we have lost 60% of our world's previous wildlife population since the 1970s, and we are continuing to do so. Wildlife across the globe faces threats such as deforestation and poaching, and many more. We are making this video not only to raise awareness for wildlife, but to encourage others to as well. Wildlife charities, zoos, sanctuaries and more are fighting to end the threat of extinction. But overall, we are losing. It is estimated that we lose between 200 to 2,000 different species each year. This needs to change. We want to show you just a few species from all corners of the globe that are currently facing the threat of extinction. We need to help them and many others that are in the same situation.
Amur leopards are the rarest big cats on Earth, with less than 100 individuals left in the wild and only around 180 cats in captivity. Due to poaching, habitat loss and forest fires, Amur leopards are classified as critically endangered. It is essential to prevent these big cats from becoming extinct. Thankfully, the wild population of Amur leopards has actually grown in the last 3 years. Amur leopards live in the temperate forests of far eastern Russia and are fantastic climbers. They hunt various species of deer, badgers and hares. Many zoos around the world have succeeded in breeding the Amur leopard, which is fantastic news. For example, 2 cubs were born at Colchester Zoo in September 2019. As well as the Amur leopard, there are many other species of leopard that are under threat. Javan leopards are one of the rarest species of leopard in the world, with a population of just 250 mature individuals. Sadly, they are now critically endangered. As well as Javan leopards, Indo-Chinese and Arabian leopards are also both critically endangered. Furthermore, there are 3 leopard species that are endangered, which are Sri Lankan leopards, Persian leopards, and North Chinese leopards. Luckily, many zoos and conservation charities are working hard to save all of these rare leopard species.
The Andean or spectacled bear is the only bear species native to South America. Given their name spectacle for the white circles of fur around their eyes, they are found primarily in the lush isolated cloud forests on the slopes of the Andes, but also can be seen in rainforests, steepland and coastal desert, and up to 15,000 feet above sea level. Living approximately 20 years, male bears can grow up to 2 meters in length and weigh 175 kilograms. Sadly, these shy, solitary creatures are considered vulnerable, with a population believed to be as low as 2,500 and in continued decline. Threats to their survival include habitat loss, as their natural environment is being used for agriculture, energy production and transport links. Climate change, with the Andes ecosystem believed to be one of the most vulnerable regions in the world. Illegal hunting by humans. Humans are the bear's only predators, as they are hunted illegally as trophies and for traditional medicine. There is regular conflict with humans who view them as pests and will kill the bears in retaliation for the loss of livestock and crops. Bears' mating season usually occurs between April and June, although they can mate all year round, with 1 to 3 cubs being born after a 6 to 7 month gestation period. With the much loved Paddington based on these bears, it would be such a shame for future generations to only be able to see these amazing animals in books and museums.
The painted wolf goes by many different names, others including African wild dog and Cape hunting dog. Their scientific name, Lycon pictus, literally translates to wolf painting. The dogs are one of Africa's most successful hunters boasting a 90% success rate. Their altruistic nature and complex hierarchical systems ensure that every single member of the pack is cared for, meaning that no sick, injured or old dog is ever left out or left to fend for themselves. With only around 6,500 of these beautiful animals left in the wild, only 1,400 are of a mature breeding age. Only the alpha pair are allowed to mate, meaning that each litter is extremely special for the species. They are mainly threatened by things such as habitat loss, snares and road accidents or collisions. No two dogs have the same pattern. Every individual is unique and incredibly important for the species' survival. Painted wolves used to roam around most of Africa, but after years of intense and relentless persecution, their numbers are now limited to areas such as Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia and Tanzania, amongst others.
The Humboldt penguin is an animal that lives in colonies along the coast of Chile and Peru, most commonly recognised for their silly signature waddle and adorable authority. This bird is now being recognised for a much duller purpose.
These animals are on the verge of endangerment. The Humboldt penguin's numbers have decreased by 85% in the last 40 years, leaving them with about 12,000 breeding pairs left in the wild. Sadly, these numbers continue to drop.
Threats such as global warming and overfishing have become a species-ending hazard for this beloved creature, snatching their homes and livelihoods away from them.
Cheetahs. After a recent study, they are now considered endangered. There are only around 6,000 left in the wild, and although this may sound like a large number compared to other big cats, only 5% of cubs survive to adulthood, which keeps their numbers low. Their main threats in the wild are human-wildlife conflict, habitat loss and illegal trade, all of which are caused by humans, which means there are plenty of solutions which can be put in place to help increase cheetah numbers in the wild.
Indian gharials are critically endangered crocodilians that inhabit rivers in the north of India. Currently, there are less than 1,000 Indian gharials left in the wild, and a very small amount of them in captivity. The main threats to this species are river pollution, dam building, and large-scale fishing operations. These fishing operations dramatically decrease the number of prey for the gharials to feed on.
The African elephant can weigh between 2.5 and 7 tons, making them the largest land animals on Earth. With an estimated 415,000 elephants left on the continent, this species is regarded as vulnerable, although certain populations are being poached towards extinction. Poaching for the ivory trade is the biggest threat to African elephant survival. Despite a ban on the international trade in ivory, African elephants are still being poached in large numbers. Tens of thousands of elephants are being killed every year for their ivory tusks.
Fiji banded iguana. Status: endangered. Population: around 13,000. They now only populate 10% of Fiji's 300 islands.
There are 3 subspecies of orangutan: the Sumatran, the Bornean, and the Tapanuli. The Tapanuli orangutan has recently been discovered in 2017. The status of these animals is critically endangered. They inhabit the islands off of Indonesia. There once used to be more than 230,000 of these animals. Now there are only 13,000 Sumatran, over 100,000 Bornean, and only 800 Tapanuli orangutans existing in the wild. These animals are under threat due to human-wildlife conflict, deforestation, palm oil farming, illegal wildlife trade and hunting. What we can do is donate, volunteer, boycott palm oil, or if you have to use it, make sure it's sustainable.
Tigers are the largest living big cats and are also one of the rarest. They use their distinctive coats to camouflage amongst their habitat, and no two tigers have the same pattern. Unfortunately, all tiger species are poached by humans due to their beautiful coats. They are also hunted for traditional medicines. Amur tigers, also known as Siberian tigers, are located in eastern Russia and live in birch forests. They are the largest big cat in the world. There are estimated to be around 400 to 500 Amur tigers left in the wild, and this is due to a mass of hunting, poaching, and habitat loss. As well as the Amur tiger, there are 3 other subspecies of tiger that are critically endangered: the Sumatran, the Malayan, and the South China tiger. Sumatran tigers are the smallest subspecies of tiger and have a population of around 500 to 600 individuals left in the wild. They have dark orange coats with black stripes and boast striking manes on their faces. Malayan tigers are even rarer, with a population of just 200 wild individuals. They were only recognised as an official subspecies of tiger in 2004. South China tigers are the rarest tigers in the world and have a population of just over 100 individuals. Sadly, they are very close to becoming extinct. As well as the critically endangered tigers, there are 2 subspecies of tiger that are endangered. These are the Bengal and the Indo-Chinese. Sadly, there are 3 species of tiger that are already extinct. These are the Caspian tiger, the Javan tiger, and the Bali tiger. We must act now to prevent any more tiger species from becoming extinct. Conservation projects such as Born Free, WWF, ALTA, and Tiger Awareness aim to work with local governments to provide education on how people can coexist with wild tigers. Also, many zoos and sanctuaries are working hard to increase tiger numbers in captivity. We must save all of the remaining tiger subspecies before it's too late.
So there are 5 extant species of rhino on Earth, coming from 2 separate continents. The first 2 rhinos are from Africa, and they are the white and the black rhino. Now the white rhino has around 21,000 individuals, whereas the black rhino only has around 5,500. The other 3 rhinos come from Asia. So the first one we have is our Indian rhino, also known as the greater one-horned rhino, and they have around 3,500 individuals left. The next one we have is our Sumatran rhino, and the Sumatran rhino only have 80 individuals left on the entire planet. Now the final rhino that we have is our Javan rhino, also known as the lesser one-horned rhino, and they only have 60 individuals left. Now the Javan and the Sumatran rhino are only found in national parks, as they have to be watched 24 hours a day. Now rhinos are poached primarily for their horn, which is made completely of keratin, which is the same product as our fingernails and our hair. Rhino horn is sold on the black market for up to $5,000 per pound, which in comparison is more than what gold goes for per weight. Rhino horn is used in traditional Chinese medicine, as it is thought to cure things such as cancer.
Red pandas. There are fewer than 10,000 left and can be found in southwest China and the eastern Himalayas, with the eastern Himalayas making up for more than 50% of their home. The biggest threats red pandas face are habitat loss and poaching. When the red pandas lose their homes, they lose precious nesting trees and bamboo. They are posed for their distinctive pelts and fur. Red fur hats can be found being sold and worn in Bhutan. They are also dying out because of getting caught and killed in traps set down for other animals such as deer or wild pig. This has resulted in their population declining by 50% in the last 3 generations, which has been estimated to be roughly 18 years.
Grevy's zebra are at risk of extinction. With just under 2,000 mature individuals left in the wild and 600 in captivity, they are now considered endangered. Although their current populations are stable, these are threatened by hunting, habitat loss and trade. So not only are Grevy's zebra threatened by natural causes, but also by humans.
Barasingha deer, status vulnerable, population decreasing. Once distributed well across the Indian peninsula, Nepal and Pakistan, there are now only a handful of pockets in India that these deer can still call home. In the 1960s, the Barasingha nearly faced extinction, with a recorded number of only 64 individuals left in the wild due to deforestation, illegal farming, and unregulated hunting for their meat and antlers. There are only 3 known subspecies, one of which only exists in Kanha National Park in Madhya Pradesh, India, with an estimated 750 deer. The most recent estimated total population of the Barasingha could be as low as 3,500 individuals.
Good-sized tree kangaroos are found in rainforests on the mountain in Papua New Guinea and Indonesia. They are now endangered, with the numbers continuing to decline due to many threats they face. The current population of Goodfellow's tree kangaroo in captivity is around 48, and they are rare to see in the wild. The major threats to the species is annual non-timber crops, hunting for their meat and fur, trapping animals, logging and wood harvesting, as well as habitat destruction. In some areas, 99% of the habitat has been destroyed, all due to humans. Tree kangaroos are excellent jumpers, with being able to jump up to 9 meters down from one tree to another. They have rubbery feet to help them grip and climb the trees.
Sadly, we lose more wildlife every single day. But together, we can change this. Even if it's something as little as supporting conservation charities, driving your car less, or spreading awareness. Since once these animals are gone, they are gone forever. And as a wise man once said, the question is, are we happy to suppose that our grandchildren may never be able to see an elephant except in a picture book? Thank you for listening.